Welcome back to Reis's Pieces Mathmnemonics. Today I'm going to sing you a song that's going to help you memorize how to simplify square roots. And I'll let the song speak for itself and then I'll show you some examples on the board. Here we go. I want to teach you how to simplify square roots. It's pretty easy, here's all you gotta do. Break it down to factors, on the left the perfect square, and on the right the other number stays right there. Oh, 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 oh. Can't bring out the non-perfect square. It's gotta stay underneath. Can't bring out the non-perfect square. It's gotta stay underneath. The perfect square, the perfect square drops out. The perfect square, the perfect square drops out. The perfect square, the perfect square drops out. Okay, let's apply that to a few examples. So when you're simplifying square roots, the key is you got to find the perfect square that goes into it. Ideally, the largest perfect square. So if I look at the number 18 under a square root, maybe I should do a quick thing. You do have to know your perfect squares. So perfect squares, starting with 1, would be like 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, etc. Give you that idea. So perfect squares are numbers, it's the same number multiplied by itself. So we're looking at 18, it's not on that list, so it's got to be something smaller than 18. Hopefully you see the perfect square that goes into 18 is 9 times 2 equals 18. So the song was, break it down to factors, on the left the perfect square. So put the perfect square on the left, and on the right the other number stays right there. And so the reason I do that, put the perfect square on the left, the perfect square drops out. So notice the square root of 9 equals 3, and that actually comes out of the square root, or we can call this a radical sign. So the square root of 9 turns into 3, and square root of 2 just kind of stays under there and tags along. So that would be the answer for this one. So let's look at another example. So 24 is not a perfect square, it's not on that list, but you try to find the largest perfect square that goes into it. And for this it would be 4. So 4 times 6 equals 24. So the perfect square on the left and the perfect square drops out. The other number stays right there. 2 root 6 is the answer. So it's really, if you're having trouble with your perfect squares, make sure you know those first, maybe make some flashcards. Once you're comfortable with these, when you don't have a perfect square underneath there, you have to break it down to simplify it. And always keep the perfect square on the left. Now the number 48 shows up a lot, especially like in algebra class, pre-calc. A lot of students want to do 4 times 12, which is not wrong, but the rule you should tell yourself is I want to find the largest perfect square that goes into 48. The largest perfect square that goes into 48 is actually 16. So 16 times 3 equals 48. And the perfect square drops out, so the square root of 16 is 4, and then the square root of 3 stays there. Now let me do it the other way just to show you. This is the best way of doing it, because when I see students try to break down 48 as 4 times 12, it's not wrong. 4 is a perfect square, and that would drop out as a 2, but now this, number 12, can also be broken down further, so you have to keep going, otherwise it's not simplified. So 12 would be 4 times 3, so put the perfect square on the left, and then that would drop out as a 2, and then you just have to multiply 2 times 2. Look how much more work this is compared to that. So finding the largest perfect square is going to be the best thing to do. Actually, really quick, I just want to show you can extend this to any cube root. The idea is the perfect square, the perfect square drops out. Well, you could say the same thing about a perfect cube. So let's say, compared to this one, so that's the square root of 24. If I did the cube root of 24, that little 3 in the corner makes a big difference. So this is, you're looking for a perfect square, now I'm looking for a perfect cube. And I won't do a whole lesson on this right now, but I'll just tell you the perfect cube that goes into 24 is 8. So it's 8 times 3. That one I broke it down 4 times 6 because 4 is the perfect square. This one, the perfect cube is 8, and the perfect cube would drop out, and that comes out as a 2 because 2 times 2 times 2, 3 times equals 8, and then this stays underneath. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on my next video.